Well met and happy medieval Monday. I've been meaning to drop a vinegar specific video for a while now, and I kept getting distracted with bears, so I figured today I would get back to it. Vinegar is manufactured naturally from wine, beer, mead, ale, or cider. And by naturally, I mean that you don't have to do much once you have the fermented or brewed ingredients, other than store the beverage according to what you want it to become. Which means to make vinegar, you have to have some beverages available. And for that, you'll have to research fermentation, which unlocks the fermenting station and allows you to make rough wine, or unlock brewing, which allows you to construct brewing stations and produce ale, mead, and beer. Or I suppose you could try and get lucky and barter for beverages, but I don't recommend relying on that for your only source of libations. And I wasn't sure how far back to go into this process, and then I just figured we'll go through all the steps. So first thing, we're going to harvest some red currants and take those back to our stockpile. Then we'll head over to the kitchen and the fermenting station where Walt is already busy making some fermenting fruit juice. I usually keep this in the cellar one level down to get it out of the way and prolong the fermentation time since I have a surplus of beverages. But if you need to speed up fermentation, store the fermenting ingredients in a warm indoor location. Eventually, that fruit juice will ferment into rough wine, and now you will have something you can ferment further into vinegar. If we check out the stats of our wine pile, we can see that it will rot in 11 days and 19 hours. Rot in this case will actually be the vinegar state that we're aiming for. And where it says fermenting, that's 2 years and 22 days, that's when the rough wine will become aged fine wine, which the settlers value much more highly than just ordinary rough wine. You can really see the difference in values between the beverages during trade. Anyway, now it's just a waiting game. So while you wait, consider planting some of those excess red currants closer to your settlement in a garden. That way you can be harvesting and growing them and build up your resources. Because the settlers will get grumpy if they become desperately thirsty, even to the point that they will stop working. And it can be frustrating waiting for things to ferment, because it can take as much as 2 full seasons sometimes. And weirdly enough, the state of freshness and fermentation will drift around. So if you check it once, it'll say a day, and then you check back a few hours later and it's suddenly 9 days again. I think it's fluctuating temperatures in the area around the stockpile that make that happen, but I'm not sure. And that's why I can't recommend researching fermentation as soon as possible in the game enough. I know I've said it before, and I'll probably say it again, but I'm serious about the topic. So serious that I planted red currants in my garden in real life, which honestly might be a sign that I spend too much time playing this game. 2 seasons later, our rough wine has finally turned into vinegar. And I missed it because I was playing with my bear, so they'd already taken it down to the cellar. So, now that we have it, what can we do with it? So, in the game, it's considered a preservative and a disinfectant. As a preservative, it can be used to make pickled vegetables, which is one of 3 ways of extending the shelf life of your food. If you know what the other 2 are, and you can tell me in the comments, you'll get a gold star. Pickled veg can be made at a stove, and I still stash mine down in the cellar. Just because it's an extended lifetime doesn't mean it won't eventually rot. And side note, salt can also be used as a preservative. Vinegar, salt, and alcohol can also be used as disinfectants. And you can use those to produce advanced healing kits once you're far enough along in your research and you have a settler with a medicine skill set of 30 or above, which I don't at this time. And now you know all about vinegar, and that's going to do it for me today. Let me know what you'd like to see next. I was thinking maybe mining or art, so let me know down below which one of those is more interesting to you. And until next time, farewell.